My name is Muralidhar Rao. Today I am going to be talking about quality power supply. Citizens are not quite aware that in today's world, there are cities in the country itself where you have near 100% reliable power supply. The examples are Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Surat, Kolkata, Greater Noida. And the latest to add on to them is Delhi. I'll specifically talk about Delhi because Delhi, unlike the other cities, where it has been a legacy, and what is common about all of these cities, it is the private sector which is providing the supply, doing the distribution. And what is all the others apart from Delhi, legacy, it's been a legacy situation where the private sector has been in position from long. Delhi was the one where in 2002, the Sheila Dikshit government, Congress government, Sheila Dikshit government decided when the Commonwealth Games was coming, she found that infrastructural areas were poor, so she had to do something about it. She looked at the public transport, and she brought in Sridharan to start the metro rail services. And by the time the Commonwealth Games started, the metro connection to the Games village was available, and some improvements in the water supply also. And in power, she looked around and found that there are these cities which are having quality power supply, and what is common about all of them is that it is the private sector which is providing the supply. So she decided on following suit. And that is where, from then, what she did at that stage was, now power supply is a natural monopoly area. So you can't have in the same place, same road, two suppliers providing power supply. So that is what she did. She divided Delhi into 4 districts. And 2 of them were taken up by Ambani company at that stage, because they were already in power distribution. Tatas were not in distribution at that stage. They took up only one district. And the central Delhi, central Delhi, Lutyens Delhi, remained with the DESU, Delhi Electricity, the government owned DESU. And the transformation, now that was 2002. Okay, from 2002 to now, the transformation has been transformational. That is, if you look at, there is a table which I would like to show here. On every count, it has been a phenomenal transformation. One particular specific listing in this is, the T&D losses, okay, which is generally known as transmission distribution losses, but euphemistically referred to as theft and dacoity losses, which was in the range of about 55%, has now come down to less than 8%, which is on par with the best in the world. Now, on the strength of that, today Delhi is getting near 100% reliable power supply, and with the reduction in losses, they are able to generate profits. That is the best part of this PPP deal that Delhi has. It's a public-private partnership. Now, when you talk about privatization, there is a phobia of privatization, because what we are seeing across the country is crony capitalism. That is where the PPP model of Delhi has been largely different. Okay, it is a PPP where 49% is held by the state government and 51% is with the Tatas. Now, that means the operations, day-to-day operations, are run by Tatas, whereas the Delhi government with 49% equity has 3 senior officials on the board of the company, they provides the inputs for the policy decisions. And all of these, their performance parameters are made available, have to be put on the Delhi Electricity Regulatory Commission website. And Delhi Electricity Regulatory Commission decides what tariff they can charge, allowing for 8% return on equity. And that is how the tariff is decided. And on that basis, the tariff is decided, and the Delhi government can further, make various steps, tariff levels. So for the first 200 units, it is free, and thereafter, various stages it is. For all of that, today they are giving 100% reliable power supply, and at tariff levels which are far lower than what BESCOM is charging Bangaloreans today, and for most unreliable power supply. When I say unreliable power supply, I can also cite the example of in the complex where I am living, a 134 apartment complex. We consume something like 230 liters of diesel every month. Now, extrapolating that across the city for all the complexes, I mean, a back of the envelope calculation, it will work out to something like 11 million liters of diesel every year, which is like something like, from say Silk Board Junction to Hosur, 11,000 tankers lined up. That's the kind of diesel we are consuming and blowing it up all in smoke. And that is where I have raised this question with the Karnataka State Pollution Control Board also, asking them what they are doing about it. In Delhi and other cities today, they don't require gensets at all. Okay, in Mumbai, where my in-laws live, they live in an 8-storied apartment. They don't have a genset. So I mean, when you have to, if the power supply, they'll have to climb 8 flights of stairs. But they never have had to do that, and they don't have a genset. So that is the kind of, quality power supply they are all enjoying. And look at the fact that Bangalore, supposedly the tech capital of the country, okay, is suffering, absolutely suffering. So now all of this information I have put on praja.in and been propagating through my tweets and other places, but no government has come forward to take it up. Surprisingly, one of my tweets, I got an response from a citizen in Lagos in Nigeria, saying that yes, now we are following the Delhi model, and we are getting quality power supply. And recently there was a Confederation of Resident Welfare Association meeting in Bangalore about 3 months back, and a lady from Delhi who was on the panel, she also corroborated this view that after the privatization has happened, we are enjoying very good quality power. So with all of that, how is it that Bangalore is continuing to suffer BESCOM, this poor power supply of BESCOM? Now, the argument they will say is, BESCOM supply is actually, when you say BESCOM, it is not just Bangalore that it supplies to. It supplies to Kolar, Chitradurga, so many of these districts around Bangalore. Those are all rural, loads, and mostly irrigation pump set loads. Now, irrigation pump set up to 10 HP is not even metered. So nobody knows how much they are consuming. The government has pulled out a figure of something like 3,500 crores or something to compensate for that, okay, to be paid by the government to these ESCOMs, all of them. There are 5 ESCOMs in Karnataka, to pay all of them. But the problem is, the costs are being incurred on a daily basis, but the government doesn't pay them on a regular basis. They divert the money for all various kinds of activities, and that is where all the problems in the Karnataka power sector originates from. Now, mind you, there was a report, and even the ministers also claim that Karnataka is power surplus. Power surplus, when they mean power surplus, is we have generation capacity. We have good, excellent hydropower capacity, we have thermal power capacity, we have renewable energy power capacity, all of them. But today, because poor monsoons, the hydro power is very low, and for thermal, we need to get coal. Coal is in huge demand, it's not coming on. And because of the financial the problems that this sector is facing, they are not able to pay the coal suppliers on time, and because of which, and there is a huge demand, because of which the supplies are getting delayed, and all of that is adding to the problem. So if we are facing, citizens are facing this poor quality of power supply, the problem emanates from all of that, poor financial management of the entire system. Now in Delhi, the losses have come down from 55% to less than 8%. And consequently, today, the Delhi government, there is this slide which I would like you to see where Arvind Kejriwal is making this claim that no power cuts at all, and 100% reliable, no tariff increase in 9 years, okay, and for quality power supply. Now, as compared to that, Karnataka in Bangalore, the tariff increases have been regular, okay, and I have got the tabulations. I'm keeping a close record of it all. The tariff that is for the consumption has gone up something like 40%. But what people are not aware is, the fixed charges, okay, which nobody talks about it. Fixed charges have gone up by almost 60% in the last 3 years. Now, nobody talks about it, nobody is aware of it. Actually, so fixed charges means whether you consume or not, you are paying that, and that is huge, and for very poor quality power supply. That's, untenable. How these citizens are tolerating this is beyond my understanding. And the only way that can happen is, the only way discipline can come about in all of this is if in the distribution area it is privatized, and for privatization the perfect model would be the Delhi power supply model.